Hi guys, and welcome to day 12 of Quiltmas. I hope you enjoyed this quick tour of my very much a working and very much a work in progress sewing room. Stay around until the end to see my honest reaction to Jenny's countdown to Christmas box. It's sure to be interesting if nothing else. Until then, on with the show. Okay, hi. Welcome to my sewing room. Casey's operating the camera for me today. We're gonna walk in and this is what it looks like. My camera studio lights stay set up all the time. I'm gonna show you behind my doors so you can see the whiteboards that I work from. And they've got my to-do list and my in-progress list on them. I've got little things stuck up there. That's a quilted piece that I did with Jackie Gehring in a class, or after a class actually. And we're going to turn around and pan the entire room. It's not a large room, but it's a nice size. You can see that's Anna's sewing machine set up right there, and my quilts, and then the sewing machine, my main sewing machine. It's a Janome HD9, and I will tell you all about my sewing machines and how I chose them and why in a video upcoming later this week. And here we have my cart that has my ironing surface on the top of it. Very handy for small blocks or string piecing. All my little toys and my artwork. That's my Rowenta iron there that I love. It's the Perfect Steam Pro, and my cutting table. And I'm not usually so fancy. We have a candle burning because this is real life, guys. Our dog had an accident in the hallway and we needed to burn a candle. This is real life. I have my alpha carts along one wall and a mess in that corner, but you know, like I say, this is a real sewing room. This is how I work. That's my pressing surface there that you see in my backgrounds. And now we're going to look in those two double closets. This is the real gift of this room. And you can see I have all of my homemade pre-cuts, self-made pre-cuts, 10-inch squares and 5-inch squares there in the top, strips along the middle, and strings along the bottom. And then a whole mess of random stuff, hand spun, my travel sewing machine, a bunch of baskets, neutral strings right there in the middle. And then I think Casey's going to show the top of the closet, which is not as organized. But interfacing and things I don't need very often are up there. Everything's sorted by color because that's the way my brain works. In the next closet, we have my batting. Guys, it's stacked up to the ceiling. My batting and all of my AccuQuilt dies. In fact, I'm thinking about revamping this closet entirely and trying to make it more workable. There are some empty storage bins up there in the top. And all of my AccuQuilt dies. I collected many of them over the pandemic as well, and over many years prior to that. But over the pandemic, as they had them on sale a great deal. Mess of hodgepodge stuff down here in the bottom. There's my featherweight and my serger that I haven't used in years. But, you know, it's still here. It's still good. Right here, I think we're going to be across the top of it. But there's a cart with where I keep all my extra camera gear and filming things that I might need. These are my scrap bins across the top, which you've seen before. And that right there is my hexi quilt, and it is It's almost done, guys. When this video is edited and posted, it's gonna be finished. I'm so excited. And here's my messy corner with extra storage and a lot of unresolved things. My giant TV, because, you must. Oh. And then inside my alpha carts is fabric. Mostly fabric. It's all sorted by color. There's my red and pink drawer and my green and purple drawer. And then above that is where I store some of my lesser used rulers. And in the next drawer above other fabric, oh look, you can see my hot pink pajama pants. Prep fresh. But here in this drawer are stored templates and paper piecing, like triangle paper and things like that. And then in the next drawer is pre-cuts and, in the next drawer are pre-cuts and kits type things, or things that I've put together for kits. There are a couple of little projects in there. Just a few jelly rolls and one fat quarter bundle that Anna won't let me break up. In these I have, it's more fabric, it's backing fabric, some unusual fabrics. One of them is full of things that are yet to be sorted, yes. And, just random stuff. Then my scraps and my AccuQuilt Go. Here's a better look at that messier section, but the back of my cutting table. My filming equipment is there, but this is where some of my favorite books are and all of my quilt folk. There on the left is an orphan block box. It's a mess back here because it's a working studio. Working for filming, working for crafting, working studio. And like I say, oh, hi Poofus. Like I say, it's a work in progress. There are some things, oh look, there I am. There are some things that I need to resolve, things that we just haven't gotten to yet. But all of my quilts are on the wall. Like I say, this is Anna's sewing machine, and it's a Memory Craft 4000. And then my HD9. That video is coming soon about why I chose the machines that I chose. And yeah, here's where I tell Casey, not to look in there because it's too messy. That's my corner of shame. I'm not going to let you guys see everything. But this is my ironing surface. It's covered up right now for filming, but it's easy enough to take down. These are my pieces, and that new one there on the left, I know some of you have mentioned it because you've left me comments. The Hexie piece and these next things that you'll see on top of my ironing surface are gifts from my very, very best quilty friend who loves me very much and wanted me to have a box of beautiful things to open. So Tiffany made me this, and if you guys ever see in the comments, because I've gotten a couple of comments, if you ever see Hitchhiker Girl, and I sassing back and forth at one another, that's her. She's my bestie. No worries. A lot of these toys are from Tiffany as well. That figment at the top is from the very first time I visited Epcot in 1985. I love him very much, but his head doesn't stand up. These are some of the things that Tiffany sent in my box. The candies are all scattered to the other members of the family. And under here, which is usually visible, but are my project boxes, my 2-inch squares. That picnic basket has cross-stitch items in it, if I ever get back to that. My Amazon clappers, they're not nearly as nice as the ones Matthew makes at So Be It Quilts, but I didn't know about him at the time. Most of my project boxes there are empty. I'm very excited and looking forward to filling them back up. Over here on the right are my blue strings and black and gray strings. Both of those tubs back there have scrap batting in them, the Foot Locker and the black and yellow one. And we'll scan back around. That's my ironing cart. My husband says I have a problem with Elmer's glue. My projects that I'm working on in my giveaway, they're on the right. My stripology rulers and my squaring up rulers and my grab nabbers hang there with command hooks on the underside of my cutting desk. And this is my cart where I keep things that I use all the time. That bin in the middle there has my 1.5 inch squares. Yeah, he really thinks I have a problem with Elmer's glue. That's my iron. It's the Rowenta Perfect Steam Pro again. Casey's iPad and my Sewers Club box, which I will open on camera in a couple of weeks actually. And this is my cutting table with my filming backdrop and my phone. I don't know why we're focused on my phone. I'm looking forward to opening and sharing the Sewers Club box with you guys. They sent me this, and you know how I feel about mystery boxes, but this one's something special. And that is my sewing room. I think we're going to pan out one more time here. Those double closets, man, they were built in with the house, and it's really amazing. As we turn around here, you can see the end of my cutting table, more command hooks, more rulers. These are the ones I use all the time. And in a minute here, I think we'll get a nice view of my prettiest waste can ever. It's one of those baskets made from the ladies in Ghana. And I love it. I use it for my scraps and my trash. Just waste trash, dry trash, but I love it. It makes me happy. And that's it. That's where I work every day. And I love it. It makes me so happy. Thanks for hanging out with me in my sewing room. Well, guys, that's it. That's my real life sewing room. It's neater than it usually is. I'll save the long arm area and the place where I store all my knitting and whatnot for another day. This room is always changing and adapting to meet my needs, and it's always a work in progress. Up now is the box opening, and I'll be right back to see us out. That's a notebook.
Day 12.
Quilty Advent Calendar, Day 12. This feels like a notebook. I hope it's a notebook. I hope it's a notebook. I love a notebook. It's not a notebook. Okay. I don't think there's anything else in there. Nope. It's a silicone iron rest. It says quilt while the iron is hot. This will not be useful for me with my Rowenta iron. It has its own base, but this will be very useful for my little travel iron that I'm always afraid is going to get knocked over. So handy, and it's nice and thick. You know, some of these you get, sometimes the wool mats come with them for free, and those are really too thin. This one's nice and thick, hefty, gonna keep your space safe. Very cool. Quilty Advent Box Day 12. Thank you for hanging out with me on Day 12 of Quiltmas. I'm really glad you're here. Leave me a comment and let me know your favorite storage solution or tip that you use in your sewing space. And while you're down there, like, subscribe, share. I'll link the video with the Ask Me Anything details both in the cards and down below. So don't forget to get those AMA questions in by December 18th. And never forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.